Alright, so today we are going to be doing a league tier list of all of the roles. We're going to make two tier lists. The first one is going to be how easy is the role to play, and the second one is going to be how impactful the role is in solo queue. I'm a 5 role master player across the past like 2 seasons or something. I've played all the roles. I know how this works. I feel like my opinion is more important than everyone else's opinion. And if you disagree, well, go fuck yourself. I don't care, right? My opinion, objectively, it's subjectively, objectively superior. So, let's just first talk about what I've played in my league history. So I played top lane for like 7 years, 8 years almost, since like season 3, season 4. And I was like 200 something LP in top lane. So, and then I got really frustrated with the lane because I had no impact for the longest time. And I was like, fuck it. Let me go. Did I play jungle? I don't even remember, bro. I think I played mid lane next. Uh, I was like, why play top lane when I could play mid lane? Mid lane is kind of similar to top lane. In mid lane, I played Gale Force Garen mid with Ghost and Phase Rush. So, I mean, I just took the wave, ghosted at people, killed them. It's really not that hard. Um, let me talk about what I played top lane. Top lane, I played Wukong top, I played Ornn, and sometimes in competitive, I'd play like Mordekaiser, Darius, but mostly Wukong and Ornn were my top two champions. Ornn was a good blind pick. Wukong usually find blind pick. Anyway, so yeah. And then as after I got mid to master, I was like, all right, I'm gonna play jungle. I got to jungle, I kid you not, and sorry, let's see. I got to jungle in about 4 days from Platinum 1 to Master. So you probably can't see that because this resolution is so bad, but at the top you can see Wukong 61 games played. Before I started playing jungle on this account, I was playing mid lane. I was playing like maybe 12 games of Wukong at like 50% win rate. So in about 50 games, I went from Plat 1 to Master playing jungle. When was this? May 16th, 2023. This is probably the best performance I've ever had in my entire life. I was playing a new role. I just fucking smurfed it on a champion that sucked with like a 48% win rate. This champion sucks. Um, 87% win rate in my past 23 games. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. This is off roll, by the way. I just have to say I'm fucking insane. So that was jungle. At that point, jungle was fucking broken. I talked about mid lane Garen, and then I played ADC to master. I was like, all right, I'll just play Wukong ADC. I mean, ADC's not that hard. I went D-Shield second when you just farm and then you kill people. Look at my KDAs, by the way. It's not even like I'm low impact. Like I not bad KP as well. For support to master, this is when Bloodsong was first released. Previously, I'd played Ornn to Diamond over 200 games over 3 months. It was really not a good time. But now that Bloodsong came into the game, support Wukong was more viable. Yeah, Bloodsong. Yeah, a bit of a Bloodsong. That this was March 16th, kind of near the beginning of the season. Yeah, a bit of a Bloodsong diff support. Yeah, okay. All right, let's go into. I also played Land Challenging. I don't know. I don't care. Uh, which one was this? Was this how easy it is to play? All right, the easiest role in the game. These are just the default things. I assigned them in a particular order. Oh, also, I made this is gonna be like a made up point system where at the top of the list, the easier it is to play. So the more points a role has, the more benefit it has. And here it's going about the impact. The more impactful it is, you have higher points, the lower impact at the bottom. And we're going to compile them to see which role is the best role to play. And this, of course, this isn't fucking scientific. This is just a fun exercise. Okay, right. So for the easiest role in the game, which do you think it is? Okay, easiest role in the game, it's got to be ADC. I don't know how these ADC players complain. Their role is so simple. No macro, basically no fucking mechanics. People are like, oh, my mechanic. You don't need mechanics to play ADC. This role is so fucking easy. You hit minions. I mean, that's basically fucking it. You just don't die and you hit minions. It's not hard. ADC players are just so fucking retarded. They have the most dog shit builds. They go, let's go Gale Force, Collector, Rapid Fire Cannon. Like, they build like fucking retards. So it's, yeah, sorry. ADC, this role is so easy. I mean, you turn off your fucking brain. It's really not that hard. Second, also, let's try jungle. How easy is jungle? I think jungle's a bit weird because the first 30 games you play of jungle, you're just going to end. You don't understand how to clear camps. But honestly, jungle really isn't that hard. Here's how you play jungle. You full clear camps, and then you gank. And then you full clear camps, and then you gank. You full clear camps, and then do any action. If you just stick this simple process, if you see my jungle videos, it's very simple. So we're going to assume you played enough games so that you get over the jungle initial curve and you just figure it out. So we're going to assume you're at least competent on the role, right? For all of these. So how easy is jungle? Jungle is honestly not that hard. You don't have matchups. I don't have to think. If I think I'm going to get invaded, I do like a weird variation of my clear. It's basically the same thing. All right, so let's see. The average is going to be B tier, and then these are the bottom three, and then these are the top three. Oh yeah, top three is and top is easy. Jungle's pretty fucking easy, quite frankly. I think it goes in A tier. Is that the play? Compared to ADC, I mean, there's just no matchups in jungle. It's so fucking easy. Okay, next, mid lane. How easy is mid lane? Mid lane is like top lane except without the matchups. Mid lane, especially in season 14. This is season 14, by the way. Season 14 new map. You cannot get ganked in mid. The mid lane role, like it's just so easy. Like you're supposed to do like certain lean towards the side of your jungler, set wards at certain entrances. It's not hard, bro. How easy is mid lane? Like just as fucking easy as jungle, quite frankly. How easy is top lane? Dude, top lane is, I think, the hardest role in the game to play. If you're autofill top laner, you're likely just going to go 0-15. The opponent's going to freeze your lane. You don't know the matchups. And it feels like you have to spend hundreds and hundreds of games learning the matchups. You go to a high elo one tricks and you read their Excel sheet for the matchups, like macros, or matchup guide, or like, I don't know who else has one. There's this Darius player, I forgot his name. The US Darius player that had a Darius matchup guide, right? You have to study these, but the matchups change depending on what elo you're in. If you're a D4 top laner and you play against like a Darius compared to a Grandmaster Darius, it's completely different. Like Dragoon on Darius, for example, it's way better than just some fucking random Darius and Diamond. So the matchups change, and then as you get higher elo, they play the matchups differently. Like with the skills that you learned, your understanding of the matchups completely change. And it's like it feels like you can never reach perfection in a matchup because someone higher elo than you is always going to completely shatter your understanding of it. So that's why I think top lane, high skill floor, infinite skill ceiling, top lane is the hardest role to play. I think there are some ways to like mitigate this. You play Ornn, you don't trade, you press Q on the wave, you try to minimize trades, and you try to play low volatility. But I mean, just assuming most champions in the role, like it's so fucking hard. How easy is support to play? Let me think. How easy support did I play? Support. I played Wukong support. I sat there and I hit minions. I waited until 6 and then I all in. I mean, it's really not that hard. But there were some weird things for me learning, like learning to hover my team. I normally full cleared my camp, jungle. I normally did what I wanted to do, and I expected my teammates to follow up. But with support, it was like I had to pay attention to what my teammates were doing, and I had to be there. I felt like I didn't get to make the decisions. I felt like I had to be a follower more than a carry. With support, it's like you can't really carry the game. How easy is support? I think support's a little bit harder than ADC because you have to pay attention to wards, you have to roam, you have to have more volatility. So if B is average easiness, let me think. Maybe support is like average difficulty. How to play support? I don't know, man. I don't know. It's hard. Uh, so if I'm like one off, up or down, in terms of accuracy, whatever, don't argue about it. But if I'm like two rolls off, then you can be like, have an opinion. I don't know, man. Let me think. Sorry, I don't want this to drag on. I have generally no idea. Let me compare it to the other roles. Is jungle harder than, sorry, is support harder than jungle? I mean, I don't fucking, I mean, like, honestly, it's not that hard either. Basically, all these roles are nothing compared to top lane. All right, this is gonna be the how easy is the play. All right, let me tally up the points real quick. So bot lane had 6 points, and then top lane had 1 point, and then all of these other ones had 5. And we're gonna add a plus sign, so we know to add the other role. Okay, now this is going to be objectively correct. Take a picture. Objectively correct. How easy is a role to play tier list? Now we are going to go to the role impact. So historically, jungle role, it's been Z tier for so long, but we're in season 14. Jungle in season 14 is not what it used to be. We're gonna put jungle in A tier. In previous seasons, jungle would be just as high as level or higher level than the laners. You could farm 10 CS per minute, no problem. But in season 14, these camps are so fucking tanky, dude. It takes so long to clear camps. The grubs timer moved to 6 minutes, which means that if you play for grubs on spawn, you're level 5, your mid is level 6, your top is level 6. Let's say you're trying to take grubs. Oh, mid lane Syndra is level 6. She Q, E, maybe she can throw a W in there and she ults you and you lose 90% of your health. Like, oh wow, you just can't play the game. Oh, top lane Cassante is level 6. He's coming to Rift Herald. It feels like you don't get to take objectives unless your team has prio on them. Like in the past, I feel like you could just solo the objectives and the laners wouldn't award them, but now it feels like the laners dictate the objectives way more than the jungle. So I think jungle is more impactful than the average role, but it just feels so weak. So weak. And I'm someone who thought jungle was Z tier for 13 seasons in a row. That's just what it was. But in this specific season, it's not. Okay, how impactful is ADC? Honestly, ADC this season is not that impactful. The best ADCs in the game are not even ADCs. Seraphine ADC, Swain, Karthus. Apparently Zeri is really popular, even though I remember Zeri being trash. I don't know. It's really fucking weird. So, but in terms of like impact, let's say you're a fucking human and you play a good ADC like Seraphine, Karthus, Swain, and you don't play someone shit like Jen. Don't play Senna. Like if you play someone good, I think Draven's good right now. He's always fucking good. You have to consider that in bot lane, the ADC determines the wave state. You push the lane, you freeze the lane. It's completely dictated by you. You determine the trade patterns. You determine like when you reset, your positioning matters way more than the support positioning, stuff like that. So I think ADC is your ADC just like your average role? Wait, these? No, I think your ADC is below average, right? Let me think, sorry. ADC is below average. Yeah, I'd say ADC is below average impact. I don't know how below average though. Yeah, I think C tier is good for ADC impact. Let's talk about mid lane impact. I think with the new map changes, I think mid lane right now is the most impactful role in the game. You can't get ganked. You're gonna farm perfectly. You should never have below 10 CS per minute if you're a human on mid lane. But you can't get ganked, but you can do the ganking. You get to walk over to the jungler's chickens. You get to plop your ward. You get to throw fucking abilities over the wall to your Talia. Throw abilities over the wall. Steal chickens. You can steal grubs. You're level 6. They're the enemy jungler level 5. Like, you have so much sway over the map compared to previous seasons. It's absolutely absurd. Like mid lane, some mid laners used to cry and they're like, "Oh, I'm a victim. Just play safe mid." Hee hee. Bro, you cannot get ganked. You cannot get ganked. Mid lane impact S tier. You're in the center of the fucking map. It's absolutely absurd how consistent your lanes are. Consistently every game, you're gonna have high impact. You're never gonna have low impact as a mid laner. Absolutely absurd. Okay, support impact. Support just got fucking hit with a bunch of nerfs recently with the gold changes. People think support is the most impactful role in the game. I don't think so. I've played support. You cannot carry the game. Your ADCs are fucking retarded. Whenever you make a trade, they don't walk up to auto. The ADCs ruin the wave state. So, like, let's say you want to freeze, right? Removed your freeze ping. So you can't even freeze the wave, and your ADC is going to perma push the wave. It's the pushing syndrome. I don't think support has good impact. This role, like, let's say you, like, what comes to mind whenever you think of the most impactful support? Oh, you play Nautilus, you hook, and you just win the game. Like, no, you hook, your ADC doesn't fucking move. He has 300 mental ping. You physically cannot carry the game, like, in the mid to late. You have to completely rely on your teammates to deal damage. It's insane. I have had such big frustrations playing support. Let me look at my support. This this took a lot of games. 130 games. It's fucking rough. I'm gonna look at my ADC. ADC to master. 150 games. I think I was playing from a lower elo though. I don't know. What was that looking at? Support. How impactful is support? Is support more impactful than jungle? I don't. I think it goes in the center. I think. Um, I wouldn't say it's more impactful than jungle. I think it's more impactful than ADC though, just because of the roaming and the macro that you can do, you can express. But I feel like laning phase is completely decided by the ADC. It's really disturbing. Like, obviously the matchups are determined by whatever your picks are, and the support pick sometimes determines the matchup, but in terms of how the lane actually plays, based on your skill level and what actions you do, the ADC impact. Absolutely absurd for bot lane. Okay, so top lane impact. Notoriously, top lane has been the lowest impact role in the game. But season 14. I haven't played top lane in 2 years, quite frankly, so I don't want. Let me drag this off. Okay, it won't let me drag it. Top lane season 14, you have a little bit more levels than you do. We're not in a hull breaker meta right now. I think top lane definitely not as bad as it used to be. It used to be for so long. F tier, jungle used to be Z tier. Where should top lane go? Is top lane as equally impactful as support? Eh. Honestly, top lane. Man, they just removed all the TP changes. I don't know. Top lane is either B or C tier, I think. Sorry, I'm actually thinking. I didn't mentally prepare this, so I'm thinking on the spot as to where it should go. If I could put it in between here, I'd do so, but yeah, I think top lane is more impactful than ADC. Well, yeah, let's just keep it B tier. Okay. So this is the correct, I forgot the words I was going to say. This is the correct tier list. Let's tally up the points. So the first one was how easy is it to play? The second one was how impactful is it? So for S tier, we have 6 points for mid lane. We have 5 points for jungle, 4 points for support and top lane. What the fuck happened here? And 3 points for ADC. Yeah. And this is going to equal 5. And you can do basic math, that's fucking crazy. Okay, this is gonna be the new tier list. I should have made a new tier list. It's fine, we'll just make one here. Who has the most points? Mid lane at 11. Second most, we have jungle and support at 10. And then we have 9 for ADC. And then we have top lane for 5 points. So what's the role you should play? Mid lane. Mid lane, it's so impactful. It takes no fucking skill. I play Garen mid. You don't have to play complex champions. You don't have to play. Who's a complex mid lane champion? I don't fucking know. Like Katarina, Zed, Echo, fucking Oriana. Like there's some champions that the trade patterns are complex, and it's like you just don't need to do all that. Just play Garen mid. That's what I did. So the role itself, very strong, not hard to play at all. You do basic leaning, you rotate. Jungle and support. I mean, really, these are the same. Really? I feel like support would be. Am I retarded? Did I add up these wrong? Wait, hold up. Cut the fucking video. I think I added up these wrong. It's supposed to be 9, I think. I don't know. I've made a mistake here. Okay, I may be absolutely flailing. I don't have the ability to see what I did wrong with this math. This is 4 points. Support should be 5 and 4. Okay, I don't know. I may have made a mistake somewhere. But in general, these are pretty close. Jungle's still a good role. It's just you can't single-handedly carry the game. ADC and support, I mean, I feel like they're kind of similar. Just don't play a shitty ADC. Play Seraphine. Play Karthus, Swain, Draven. Don't play top lane still. Wow, don't play top lane. I think what's hurting top lane is just how much skill it takes to play. Its impact like isn't super great, but it's like passable in terms of the impact in the B tier. Yeah. Yeah, it seems like most of the roles are balanced in terms of like what role you should play. Top lane, you can like learn good fundamentals in top lane, but in terms of like having that as a career, like over multiple years, like God, what a fucking pain in the ass to learn all those matchups. Like you could just turn off your brain in one of the other roles. All right, yeah, that's the objective, the subjectively objective tier list for how easy it is to play, the impact, and then which one you should play based on those two factors. If you disagree, type a 3-paragraph essay. I won't read it, don't care. But you're free to type what you think. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you disagree with. Give me all of the dislike. I don't give a fuck, honestly. This is a summarization of what I think. I have the ethos. I've played every role. I've done it all. Very few people will do this. Although Master's kind of inflated nowadays, but yep, I think that's going to wrap it up. Play mid, play jungle. They're very easy, very simple. Good luck with your climb. Don't play top lane still.